Yes, you made it. Yes, you did. I'm so happy for you. Yes, I am. You're such a good boy. I'm so proud of you. You did a good job. Yes, you did a good job. Are you happy? Yes, I know you are. I know you are. Yes, you are. You're such a good little dog. Oh, that's embarrassing. Note to self, edit all that out, and then start the video right about here. Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Death of the Inhumans, issue number 5 of 5. I'm not editing that crap out, obviously. What do you call it? This was a fairly seminal issue, and I'm going to get to that later in the review. For now, we have to actually talk about who made the book, because it's only fair. The book didn't just exist, all right? People made this book, and those people who made this book are writer Donny Cates, artist Ariel Olivetti, color artist Jordi Belair, and letterer VC's Clayton Cowles, who's just like, this dude is lettering everything, man. My son was coloring earlier in the day, and I was like, hey, make sure you sign your name on it so I can hang it up on the refrigerator. And I turned my back, and all of a sudden there's Clayton Cowles signing my son's name and then running out the house. And I was mad. I was going to throw something at him, but I saw really quick the lettering was immaculate. The handwriting was perfect. And I was like, you know what, never mind. And I told my kid, just, practice that. It's better than anything I could show you. So, there's that. Anyway, Carrie Andrews took a break from playing Destiny. If you follow him on YouTube, man, the dude just, wow. He took a break so he could do the cover for this beautiful comic book, a beautiful cover for the beautiful comic book, and Mike Del Mundo did the variant cover, and of course, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created the Inhumans. So, straight up, from the beginning to the end, you have got to seriously give it to the art team on here, all of them, because this book really feels traumatic. If you're not reading this and getting just a little bit traumatized, the art will do it for you, brother. Black Bolt has this look that I'm kind of hoping that he keeps for a while. He's got what looks like a choker around his neck, like, oh, Black Bolt's going goth. What's up with that? No, remember he had his throat cut. he had his throat cut. They tried to assassinate him, man. But they didn't cut through the carotid arteries. And you know what? Maybe Kree DNA or, whatever, Kree anatomy is very different from a human anatomy. But nonetheless, he had his throat cut. So that's actually a surgical brace keeping his throat sealed, And it's explained he's literally got one good scream left in him. One scream, period. So he's got to make it count. And if anybody looked any worse for the wear than he did, it would have to be Karnak, dude. Oh my God. This dude, like, he's talking and he's holding himself together, but you got to remember who Karnak is. You know what I'm saying? Karnak is one of the very few characters in the Marvel Universe, in the comic book history, you know what I'm saying, who nobody gave him anything. He didn't have, he didn't go through Terrigenesis. He's not a mutant. He didn't get hit by a gamma bomb. He didn't make himself a super suit. No, he's just a regular old dude who just trained his ass off and became the badass of the badass, So he's holding it together, man. Actually, I'm thinking to myself, realistically, in the Marvel Universe, Heather Douglas is the only other character I could think of who's like that, Moondragon. And for the sake of conversation, you can check out 10 Things About Moondragon Explained in a Minute on Comic Book University, and check out Karnak and all the other Inhumans Explained in a Minute on Comic Book University. Find out more about them. But Karnak, man, like, he's holding himself together and putting on a good air. He's putting on a front is what he's doing. But then at one point, like, his nose just starts bleeding. And we saw that in the previous issue also. His nose just starts bleeding, and he's just, and this could be a sign of a lot of things, but it's usually the sign of brain injury. All right, so this dude, man, oof. Whoever's writing Karnak in the future, I hope that stays. I hope that's something that stays. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, Karnak's one of my favorites, guys. Karnak is one of my favorites. And go and check out my Spotlight and Story on Warren Ellis's Karnak, because if you haven't read the book, or even if you have, because, oh my God, it's worth revisiting. Great book. So, in this particular case, we see that Black Bolt is not clowning around. He's like, no. Everything's going to be finished here. We're going to go and we're going to handle this stuff. Vox is not just one being. It's not just one person, apparently. Possibly. Instead, Vox is us. He's all of us. And when these guys go back to invade this Kree ship, Crystal and, Lockjaw, everybody's favorite, Lockjaw. You can hate the Inhumans, but if you hate Lockjaw, you yourself are an Inhuman, all right? And I don't mean the cool kind on here, all right? You're some devil Inhuman. Like, everybody loves Lockjaw, so just check yourself before you wreck yourself. But we see this scene. I'll show you the scene. I'll show you the scene because it is pretty scary. Like just what? And yes, that is Crystal. Like, she reveals herself very quickly. But they're just there they're like, yeah, it's house wrecking time, and you Inhumans, we're gonna bring your house down. And it's actually like, dude, we've seen Lockjaw go into combat before, and he's a sight to behold. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can go not necessarily toe to toe with the thing and win, but he can go toe to toe with the thing. And here, seeing him like with the devil eyes attacking people, whoa, and it's his family too. If I had to make one complaint about this comic book, it would be that we didn't have more of Beta Ray Bill. But that's specifically in the combat action realm, because yes, he's out there, he's kicking butt, he's taking names. It's Beta Ray freaking Bill, all right? He ain't taking no crap from nobody. But what he does do is he breaks a very somber moment with humor. And I know everybody's like, really, Beta Ray Bill? Yes. And it was perfect. It was perfect. He stayed 100% in character. There was no breaking of kayfabe here. And he's just like what he says, what he does is so perfect. It's so perfect. Which also brings me to the way that the art team and, of course, Donnie is writing and drawing for Black Bolt to do his sign language. I've never seen it done like this before. I love it. I love it. Usually we just get the interpretations of what he's doing, which is cool. Like, and by that I mean Crystal, Medusa will usually interpret what Black Bolt is saying all the time. Okay, cool, man, cool. That's always fun. I like it, and it works. It does. But this one, the way that it was done here, I dug this. I like this. So, Donny Cates had told me, he told all of us, excuse me, like we're best friends. He goes and he tells everybody in that interview that he gifted us that this is not called the death of the Inhumans for nothing. Now, at first, we got what we thought was, oh no, Donny Cates lied to us, man, because look, the Inhumans, they're actually still alive. Some of the humans are still alive, right? We're good. Unfortunately, that's not entirely going to be the case. Okay, so I'm not going to get into which Inhumans died, but many Inhumans actually died. Some were saved. Not all of them died, all right? But a couple of Inhumans, namely, specifically Black Bolt and Karnak, as I've already explained, seem to be pretty permanently, at least Black Bolt is permanently messed up. We're going to see what happens with that in the future, all right? I don't know. Whoever's taking over, if Donnie's going to be writing the Inhumans in the future, awesome. If not, I'm imagining there was some communication between that writer and Donnie as to what they would like to see in the future. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. Not until I start reading it, all right? But what we do see is some of the Inhumans are killed. And I've got to assume that this is a fairly, comic book-ish permanent kill. Okay, maybe it's a Bucky kill, where it's like, it's not Uncle Ben permanently killed. It's not, Captain Marvel killed, where it's like, oh, he's dead, but it'll pop back and, continuity once in a while. No. I think this is going to be more of a, they're dead for now, but like the Winter Soldier, oh, he'll be back. So he'll be back cooler than ever. And I really hope that's the case, because I'm not going to get into all the characters who were killed, but one of the characters who I've got to mention, simply because if I ever get accepted into writing Marvel, one of the characters I want to write in the worst way is Triton. I think a lot of you guys know that. A lot of the Comic Book University alumni know that. And I might have to find a way to bring his ass back to life, if that's the case. Dude, I know Triton isn't a major character. Most people aren't like, oh my God. Like Triton in the Inhumans is like Maggot in the X-Men. You either love him or you're like, Maggot? What? Loves me some Maggot, loves me some Triton. And Triton was murdered in here. But there were some Inhumans who were saved. And I'm not going to say who was saved because I wouldn't say who was saved. I'm not lockjaw. Anyway. So this was really good, all right? The ending was a little bit confusing. It's cool. A lot was left to the art department, the amazing art department, but this was still a bit confusing at the end. That's okay. That's okay. Because the way I look at it is, this story ain't over. Okay, I don't want to spoil the end, but I will say that I'm sitting here looking at this whole entire comic book, and although I see something that says the end, I think that might be another one of the Donny Cates fake outs. That's what I think. Where we thought that some of the Inhumans were dead. Oh, they're not. Now these guys are dead. Oh, and now it's the end of the story. No. I don't think this is the end. No, I think that's a big psych. Anyway, guys, this was still a really good series. I dug this. Although the ending might not have been, stuck perfectly for the sake of resolution, I do believe that this was a really good series, and I'm really looking forward to what happens in the future. All right, guys, that's going to be for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.